these new types of immigrants that Ms. Rahi talks about they have choices to choose to live wherever, and they chose the Lower East Side as more of almost a luxury rather than a necessity.
So there really is, in your own view, a new kind of immigrant from China that's a different kind of immigrant from those who came before, or not so much from China?
No, it's not at all from China. I mean, this is a class issue, not a race issue.
Mm-hmm. And do you agree with that, ManSee?
Yes, definitely. It just really depends on the economics and what you have coming here. But there's still a broad spectrum of folks coming, regardless of class or race.
Here's another clip. This is Carol Nakamoto, owner of Sugarhead, a boutique on the Lower East Side.
I think gentrification has a negative connotation to a lot of people, especially with neighborhoods that are being developed. You know, we are part of that gentrification, I have to admit, you know, but I feel like a lot of times with the gentrification, it creates a lot of opportunities, and I just hope that for the Lower East Side, all the new businesses can create opportunities, better opportunities for the neighborhood while preserving a lot of the culture and the heritage and while keeping a lot of the local people here.
And we can take some phone calls, particularly for the next few minutes, from people who do live on the Lower East Side. Are these clips from this film resonating with you? 212-433-WNYC. And Shumin, again, to that clip of Carol Nakamoto, I'm sure this is common, right? A small business owner, a newcomer to the neighborhood who doesn't have bad intentions, doesn't want to displace people or other businesses, wants to preserve the culture, but they're perceived as a threat to the neighborhood. Do you see this kind of tension play out in the day-to-day life on the Lower East Side or in Chinatown?
Well, in Carol's case, actually, she blends in very well with her neighborhood. I mean, she knows a lot of her neighbors really well, and a lot of the clients who actually come to her store are locally from the neighborhood. So I think we need more people like Carol, actually. If there's more people like Carol, then we wouldn't even have problems.
Newer immigrants or people who can afford less in rent can go to other neighborhoods than the Lower East Side. Why does that always have to be the low-income immigrant neighborhood?
Well, I feel like there's always this interesting mystique about low-income neighborhoods where it's just like culturally just interesting to folks who aren't raised in that neighborhood. But at least for the purposes of Chinatown, I feel like folks who are coming in and gentrifying the neighborhood really don't really understand what has happened to the tenants who have been living there prior to that. Like a lot of landlords who see, the possibility of renovating their apartment buildings and renting out for higher prices, see that and kind of just use different ways and tactics to evict and harass their tenants so that they'll move out and that the landlords will be able to kind of move this process of gentrification along.
And is it that they have nowhere else to go that's of equal quality, or is it just they should be able to stay where they are?
I mean, I don't feel that there's absolutely nowhere to go, but I feel like, being that Chinatown is such a important place for new immigrants to live in and just kind of like catch a hold of their footing as soon as they come to a foreign land, that just having that stable community so that they can get used to this area is just really important.
And it's still an immigrant neighborhood, but only different type of immigrants. These immigrants now are college educated, ethnically diverse. I see the same drive, the same sharpness, the same glint in their eye. They want to make it, they work hard, they work 6 days a week. I see it in these young people.